came as a dream back in March of 23 when I decided that I wanted to do one more solo sail around the world, circumnavigation. And I was used to the Morgan 41, and I decided that at my age I should downsize, so I went with the 33, the Out Island. She's a beautiful boat. I looked around and carefully decided which ones to choose. And this particular one here caught my attention for several different reasons. It was not equipped with all of the new electronic equipment, so I could fit it out any way that I wanted to do it. And she was my boat right from the start. The thing that got me on her, she was out of the water, and I sanded the hull down. There was no blistering, which only happens with 1 in 5 fiberglass craft. 1975 model, was full fiberglass, no balsa wood at all. She is solid. There is no moisture in this hull whatsoever. So I painted her up, did the underside first. Beautiful, she looked great. That's not to be, because things change in this world, and my life has taken a different turn, and I have other responsibilities, and so sadly I have to let her go. I had dreams, I had visions of how she'd look when I refit the interior. I knew what I wanted to do, but that time has passed, and I have to face the fact that I will not do another circumnavigation on my own. So, Daja vu. Go back to all the places I've ever been to around the world. Hey, I've been here before. What a great thing. I'd like to think that the new owners would keep the name Daja vu for prosperity, but that is entirely up to them. But she is Daja vu to me. The dive platform, or the swim platform, was donated by a man who was a Coast Guard pilot for many, many years, and he had this in his garage, and when I told him the story of what I was going to do, he wanted to be part of it. So that's where the dive platform came from, solid teak. Beautiful platform. Solid mahogany, I'm sorry. But I've taken her out on the Great Lake, and she performs exactly the way she has performed. She's not built for speed, but she will get you there in style and comfort. She is a beautiful boat. Well worth the read. Very roomy, lots of storage space on this boat, as one would expect with any Morgan, really. Helm is here, got your main mast, the covers, yes, they're looking a bit tatty, but it's just the cover. She comes with all the sails that you need. I've taken the foresail down, that's stowed inside. She has 5 sails, we have all the fenders that you could possibly need. 2 beautiful anchors, down 4th anchors, and a 3rd one. There was a 4th, but we all know the story on that. Pressurized system with a shower in the cockpit and in the main head. Things I would have changed on the boat after painting the decks. I would have put a new forward hatch on there, more modern, that would cover storms, which we'll get to see as we do the walk around. 50-foot mast. Some of the rigging I would replace, especially this one here, but some of it is in perfect condition. Stays are all great, no problem at all. She will handle the seas, but there are a few things that I would change. It's designed for one person to control the whole boat from the cockpit. She has the sail which fans itself down, which is another added plus to keep you safe while you're out on rough seas. It has a chimney here, so it is great for a fireplace if anybody needs heating system on board the boat. I tend to prefer the tropics, but that's my own personal opinion. It's in great shape. You just need some TLC and customize it. 33 feet in length. If you don't count the dive platform, that will give you another 2 feet. So 35 feet is the total length. She accommodates 7 for sleeping. Rigged out to go anywhere that you want to go and get you there safely. She is a solid boat and she will keep you safe. Alright, in the port mezzanine, that's your access to the engine from the exterior of the boat. You have shelves built into the back with all your little bits of gear that you need. In the starboard one, you've got your fenders, you've got 4 more sails, you've got all your ropes and your anchors. I have 5-gallon diesel cans so that I can avoid going to the marina for gas and just go to a local petrol station or gas station and pick up the fuel much cheaper and bring it to the boat. She has the pilot assisted. It's one of the best I've seen. All the hydro, what's it called?
The autopilot?
The autopilot. Yeah, it's all built in. It is solid, but I would replace the actual screen for the autopilot. My idea was to change it all out, but use the original hydraulics to control the boat. I just had a thought about what I was going to do, but the owner can choose what they want to do.
You said this was kind of a heavy duty, all stainless steel.
Oh yes, it's a beautiful automatic pilot system that's built in. It was engineered, I believe it was a company from New Zealand. She is beautiful. Richard, where we going from?
Sit down.
All right, let's go below decks and take a look.
Personally, I think this is where this boat really shines.
Yes. Now, this is the main salon. Very tall ceilings, very spacious. You don't get claustrophobic feeling. The galley, and then you've got the seating area with the refrigerator and a small navigation table on this side. This back piece is supposedly a berth, but I've never actually used it, and I think it would be very tight and uncomfortable to use that.
Be good for a child.
Yes. On this side you have the dining area, plus it turns into a queen-size bed. Lots of storage underneath the seats.
The beam on this thing is so wide.
Yes, 12 feet.
It doesn't feel like a boat cabin. It feels more like an big RV.
It is. That's one of the things that everybody used to find different when they originally came out, and it was scoffed at to start with, but then appreciated for many, many years, and finally Charles Morgan got the recognition for his insight and innovation when he designed it this way. My favorite berth is the pilot berth back here, which is actually a double size. Underneath that you've got the batteries, and there's the hot water system, the tanks underneath that berth. There are solar panels. I've got 2 solar panels which do a triple charge on the batteries, and I've never had an issue with it. When I've run the 12 volt for over 24 hours, it's never failed. Very deep. It's got 2 levels with shelving. I usually throw ice in the bottom and then put the cold.
It's basically a heavily insulated big cooler.
Yes, that's it. Storage around the kitchen area, and then another storage area under here for cans or dry goods or whatever you want to put in there. And then you've got obviously the drawer for your cutlery and pots and pans. Pull out here, that's for your cleaning liquids, I guess. That also comes out as another access into the engine area, and also the steps move away and there is a door access to the engine area, so you can go in through the lazarine or you can go through the door here. and also on the captain's berth, or the pilot berth, there is another exit, entrance exit to the engine area.
Nice.
We replaced the engine with a Yanmar. That was 2 or 3 years ago. And then this last year we replaced the transmission with another Yanmar transmission because I messed it up.
And the bearing's
The
been...
cutlass bearing, we decided when we were looking at the shaft that it could do with a new cutlass bearing, something that most sailors never have to do in their lifetimes because the cutlass bearing is good for 30 or 40 years. So that is on order and will be replaced prior to sail. Okay. Then you've got the forward berth, which if you want to walk through there, I'll just stay back here. So you've got a nice forward berth and the anchor locker in the front, storage on the sides here, on the cushions obviously for the upper deck. Yep. And of course you've got the heads on this side where you've got the vanity, the toilets, and you've got the shower. Original. And at one point in time they did have a leak over here. That has been taken care of, but you can see where it leaked. And we've had 2 new vent windows fitted in. They're very expensive. They're over $1,800 a piece plus, and they've got the screens on the window, on the lights too. At the moment, she's set up with all the regular electronics and halogen. It really could use changing over to LED, which would save a lot of power. Power consumption is not that bad at all on this boat. The refrigerator, it's older, but it runs on 12 volt and 110 volt. So that's the advantage of that. The main pilot navigation controls, radio, there is a handheld radio and a main radio included. I've got lots of little extras. I've got all the emergency equipment that are required by the Coast Guard. I've got the original, or not the original, from the previous owner, and I have all brand new equipment underneath the seats. I've got 2 landline connections for power when you're in dock, and an alternative plug-in adapter as well. Charles Morgan was ahead of his time when he designed this out-island boat. It was not met with appreciation from the sailing community, especially the sail racers. They said it was too slow, too fat. But it has proved itself over time in the Caribbean as being the best boat in the 41 foot and the 33 for the sailors who want to sail in vacation. They fly down to the Caribbean. It was innovative in that it will take the coral and keep going. It is stable, it is a comfortable boat, and it's not claustrophobic. The only criticism I think Charles Morgan came back with years later was he wished he'd have made it 10,000 pounds heavier, so that when you're in the really rough seas on an ocean, it would have even been more stable. So you can add a lot of things to this boat and she will still float.